Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. At that time the Lord appointed 72 others, whom he sent ahead of him in pairs to every town and place he intended to visit. He said to them, "The harvest is abundant, but the laborers are few. So ask the master of the harvest to send out laborers for his harvest. Go on your way. Behold, I am sending you like lambs among wolves. Carry no money, bag, no sack, no sandals, and greet no one along the way. Into whatever house you enter, first say, 'Peace to this household.' If a peaceable person lives there, your peace will rest on him, but if not, it will return to you. Stay in the same house and eat and drink what is offered to you, for the laborer deserves his payment. Do not move about from one house to another. Whatever town you enter and they welcome you, eat what is set before you. Cure the sick in it and say to them, 'The kingdom of God is at hand for you.'" The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Margaret Meeran is a Franciscan sister, and she lives and works in South Africa. But she was born into a family that did not believe in God and had no respect for Christianity. In fact, they despised the Catholic Church. And then she read a pamphlet about the Bible. And this pamphlet went on to say that the Bible was a dead document and in fact was irrelevant to the church today. So one evening, out of curiosity, she picked up the Bible and she found exactly what the pamphlet said. It was dead and irrelevant. But something drew her to the Bible. And one evening, she took it out again. And this time, she began to read the gospel. And that was the difference in her life. As a result of reading the gospel, she realized that what was in the Bible was true, and that was just as relevant today as the day it was written. Eventually, she took classes, she joined the Catholic Church. Then she entered the convent and became a sister. And until this time, she now teaches young black kids in South Africa. The harvest is full, but the laborers are few. Anthony de Mello was born in Bombay in India. He came from a Catholic family. And one evening he went to school. After coming home from school, he said to his father, "I want to be a priest." He was 14 at the time. And his father said to him, "No, I want you to continue the family name." And so it was. But 14 years later, his mother became pregnant again. And when she was rushed to the hospital, he ran 4 miles. And when he got there, he said to his father, "Is it a boy or a girl?" And his father said, "You have a brother." And he said to his dad, "Now I can become a priest." Anthony Mello became a very, very famous priest, in fact. On one occasion, he was in New York and he was on television, and he touched the hearts and minds of people right across the country. Anthony Mello. The harvest is great, the laborers are few. And perhaps even fewer now in the days in which we live. Vocations are down. This diocese, for example, didn't have anybody to be ordained this year. Not even one. And yet, some priests died, some priest retired and there is no replacement for them. You see, there may come a day when this will be the only church available in this area in Pembroke Pines. That is a possibility. In fact, in some dioceses throughout the country, they are closing parishes because there are no priests to staff them. And in fact, also in certain parts of the country where priests are very few, it's not unusual for one priest to be taking care of 3 or 4 parishes on a weekend. That's not tomorrow, that is today. And so it challenges each one of us to ask, to respond to the Lord's invitation. What can I do? You know, Ann Landers, who's a famous columnist whose syndicated column, I think, appeared in something like 1,000 papers across the country. People would write to her looking for advice about all kinds of stuff. But on one occasion, somebody asked her, what was the most common question that you were asked? What do you think that was? Well, she answered, that is a very simple question. What's the matter with me? Why am I so lonely? The most important question she got. Why am I so lonely? But listen to the answer to the question. Get involved. Get involved. Do something for other people. And the people who need help are all about you. Everywhere you look, you see them. And of course, that is true. You don't have to go to Bombay. You don't have to go to South Africa. Right here in Pembroke Pines, there are people with all kinds of needs. And the Lord is calling us to respond to their needs. Get involved. Get involved. Do something by joining some organization and places full of organizations of various time in the church and outside the church. Whether it is, for example, volunteering in hospitals, soup kitchens, whatever. Get involved. Answer the question that the Lord asks of each of us today. You know, it's amazing how even a smile can change people. How a greeting, a word of comfort can change people's lives. I have a funeral service this evening for a young man, 28 years old. I spent an hour on the phone with his mother this morning. She lost her husband in 2007, a young man, a lawyer. She lost her son, Michael, overdosed. And this week, she lost her only son. She is one of the needy in our area. What do you say to somebody like that? I don't know, really. But I do know this, that there is a very important question. It is this: why do bad things happen to good people? Why do bad things happen to good people? And unfortunately, I don't have the answer to that question. Neither does anybody else. Of course, the other side of that coin is this: why do good things happen to bad people? Why do good things happen to bad people? And there is no answer to that question either. But of course, there's always something we all can do. We all can respond to the needs of other people in the simplest way, by perhaps picking up the phone, giving them a call, hospital visits, all of these little things that we all can do. And in doing that, we're responding to the God's call we're helping to build up the kingdom.